So what is bias? This is, if you are trading, you need to be able to define every single concept that you use. If you can't define it, if you don't know what you're doing, well, if you can't define it, then you don't know what you're doing. So a trading plan, the first step in any given trading plan all starts with a bias. So a bias right there, what is a bias? A bias is direction in price, meaning are we going higher or are we going lower at that moment in time? That's the question for bias. So then we need to understand, how can we determine if we are going higher or lower? Now that's arguably also where fair value gaps comes in. So if fair value gaps come into play, then also candle signs, because candle signs and fair value gaps are the same thing on different time frames. Now, not only that, because we need to see what are we moving towards in price action. So a bias, more defined, is the direction, yes, but it's also a target, because a bias is direction, but you're going to be establishing a target. How can you establish a target? If we take a look at this price action, and the first thing, if you struggle with bias, if you struggle with the higher target, if you struggle with trading in general, all I want you to do is focus on the following. Mark out the PD rays. There's three PD rays I want you to focus on. You have fair value gaps, fair value area, you have liquidity. That's it. And you need to understand, price is always moving towards PD rays. That's why we focus on those PD rays, because price is always moving towards PD rays. It is just your job to find out what PD ray we are moving towards next. It becomes very difficult when you try to get to a bias in conditions where you shouldn't be able to get to a bias. Let me explain it as well. When there is a disturbance right there, so you can't clearly get to a bias, that means you shouldn't be trading it in the first place. Listen, every single person, me, you, on Twitter, on Instagram, on YouTube, whoever it may be, can get an idea of what price action wants to do. The difference between a good trader and a bad trader is the good trader can find good ideas. The bad trader always finds and forces bad ideas on bad price action. Price action should talk to you. Price action is telling you a story, and the more difficult the story is to comprehend, to understand, the more it is telling you, don't trade me. Don't do anything right there. You don't want to trade this price action. If price action is telling you a story and it's a very easy story to understand, that's high probability. EU right here, where it's very easy to get to a bias, that's something you want to trade. That's what you want to focus on.